لا إله إلا الله محمد رسول الله.
رب اشرح لي صدري ويسر لي أمري واحلل عقدة من لساني يفقه قولي سبحانك لا علم لنا إلا ما علمتنا إنك أنت العليم الحكيم. Respected friends and elders, إنما الأعمال بالخواتيم. The Prophet ﷺ said that a'mal will be judged on the endings, the final moment, the condition in which we leave this dunya. The Prophet ﷺ said, "Man kana akhiru kalamihi la ilaha illallah dakhal al-jannah." A person whose final words are la ilaha illallah will enter into Jannah. Our goal in life for the mu'min is to meet Allah with this kalima, with this iman, with this aqidah. When we are lowered gingerly into the qabr, bit by bit, and then covered up, and Munkir and Nakir arrive, the two angels, for questioning, we will be asked who our Rabb is, what our deen is, and what we say about this man. This man, هذا الرجل. These words are referring to Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam. The person who is a sincere mu'min will answer easily, and then the angels will say, yeah, we knew that you had this belief in the dunya. And then it will be made easy for him. The grave will be expanded, and he'll be told, Nam, sleep like a groom who is not awakened. These are the words of hadith, except by the person who is the most beloved to him. And if he is a murtab or a munafiq, a hypocrite or a person in doubt in the dunya, then in the qabr, la adri, he'll say, I don't know. I just used to say what people used to say. It will not benefit him that he was born in the midst of Muslim families and a Muslim community, the Muslim community. If he wasn't sincere in the dunya, he will not be able to answer. And then the punishment will begin. So, our ambition and goal in life is and should be that we meet Allah with iman, that we all go into Jannah together. Yes? This should be our ambition. It is our ambition, inshallah. Yes? And we want this for ourselves, and we want this for our families and friends and relatives and children, and we want it for society at large as well. This is an open invitation from every Muslim to every other human being. But the problem is that this path is ridden with challenges and pitfalls. And a person can fall into the trap of believing something which is not conducive to iman, and whether he realizes or not, he can slip off the path. Or he can say something, intentionally or inadvertently. And that statement can be contrary to his iman. And it becomes even more problematic when he confuses other people. I mean, you can't just oppose in the same statement two things. I'm a Muslim, I'm a practicing Muslim, and I believe, and then you say something which is contrary to what Islamic belief is. How is that going to work? How are you going to answer for that? And what are the conclusions going to be that other Muslims draw from this? And so, let us just clarify a few points. The rulings relating to halal and haram, which includes marriage and sexual relations, is not just one of amal and practicing, it's one of aqeedah and belief. It's one of aqeedah and belief. It's not something that we can change at the drop of a hat. We can put a vote to. The scriptures cannot be changed, and to desire to change them is also contrary to iman. فَلَا وَرَبِّكَ لَا يُؤْمِنُونَ. And by your Lord, O Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, they cannot be mu'mineen, they cannot be believers. حَتَّى يُحَكِّمُوكَ فِي مَا شَجَرَ بَيْنَهُمْ. Until they make you the judge of the affairs which happen amongst them. ثُمَّ لَا يَجِدُوا فِي أَنفُسِهِمْ حَرَجًا مِمَّا قَضَيْتَ. Then they don't find the least constriction in their hearts from your judgment. وَيُسَلِّمُوا تَسْلِيمًا. And they submit absolutely. To submit absolutely without any reservation or objection, even inside the depths of the heart. To submit absolutely to the teaching of Allah's Rasul sallallahu alaihi wasallam and his judgment is a condition for iman by the nas of the Quran. لا يؤمن أحدكم حتى يكون هواه تبعا لما جئت به. None of you can be a believer until he is subservient and in obedience to that which I brought, said Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam. My dear friends, if a bunch of people splinter away from the mainstream of the ummah and have a different attitude, what they say doesn't count. Rasulullah sallallahu alaihi wasallam said that shaitan is the wolf of the human being. The wolf takes away, and the Prophet gave the full example, like the wolf of the flock of goats. It takes the stray one, the separate one, the one that wanders off into the distance. The wolf will take that separate loner, the outlier. In the same way, a person from the Muslim community who wanders off will become prey to the predator, to Iblis and Shaitan. So to preserve our Iman and Deen, the hadith says, Man shazza shazza fin nar. A person who goes aside separately will go aside in the akhirah as well, towards an-nar. So the path towards Jannah is the path of the mainstream of the Muslims. And you cannot attempt to try to wish to, desire to express any other version of deen except that which is understood by the Muslims, the Muslim ummah. And this applies to marriage and gender relations as well. And Muslims reserve the right to freedom of belief and to the freedom to practice their belief. And none should attempt to represent us on forums in which they are supposed to be representing us, and then they give the wrong message. They don't represent us when they deny the basic elementary fundamentals of Islam and Iman. Stand up, everybody, stand up. Everybody stand up. Raise your hands if you agree with what I'm saying, both hands. Say La ilaha illallah Muhammadur Rasulullah. Jazakumullahu khairan.